disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What up?
Good Lord, what's going on?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Internet Network. On Tuesdays, you got the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. Thursdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, and Angel.
Wednesdays, you got the traditional way with Brett Shumway, and once a month, you got the extra scoop with Peyton Fender and Jeff Dawes.
For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Internet Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Fellas, it's showtime. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What's up, bro?
All
Angel,
three of us are back
okay?
again.
Yes. I'm dying, bro.
Man,
I can't even say
I know.
I'm
listen. It's going through my house right now. I'm knocking on wood. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking vitamin C. I'm kissing my kids from afar. I'm like, I'm not getting sick, man. We had this last month. I'm like, I'm done with that. My wife's over here sniffling. I'm like, you go sleep somewhere else today. Like, I don't want that crap, man. I love my family, but dang. That last one almost took me out. It was a cold from hell. Like usually I can get rid of a cold in like 2 days. I have one bad day, I just shake it off and I'm good. But man, that one lasted a week and a half.
I haven't really been sick in a while. I've had times where I didn't.
Don't say that. Good. Don't say that. Take it back. Take it back.
Talking.
Take it back. Trust me.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
You don't want to put it out there.
Bro,
for real.
Listen, it's not even funny, bro. Because last week I told you I wasn't feeling good, right?
Yeah.
And I felt it coming. So I said, let me take the medicine and get a jump start on it so I could be good, right? And I was like telling my mother, like, I had to be like Friday, Saturday. I was telling her, like, it's so weird. Like, I know, like, I feel fine, but like my body feels sluggish, like as if like I'm sick, but it's not. Like I feel good.
You can tell when it's gonna drop, man.
Yeah, right. And I should have never said that, because then, bro, I woke up on Monday. And I'm not even joking, man. I woke up and something just felt weird. I go to work, like as soon as I stepped into work, I had body aches and chills, and I was like, "Oh, come on!" And I didn't bring no medicine. I'm like,
I can tell you,
it's gonna hit me a few days later.
Yeah, I can tell you when I go to bed one night, then I'm gonna wake up sick. Like it's gonna be the flu or the cold. I can always. And then I just decided, hey, I'm gonna call into work when I get up, and if it's that bad, or I'm gonna take some Dayquil and keep it pushing.
And I didn't even feel it. I was getting up, getting ready to go.
I know.
I literally thought like, oh, I just worked out yesterday, so maybe I'm just a tiny sore, like just a tiny bit sore. Then I go to work and my room was freezing. They didn't turn on the heater, so now I'm freezing. No. Right, I'm freezing. So now it's making it worse. Now my butt, like I'm saying, I couldn't even bend down to pick up a pencil without it hurting. And then I was like, nah, man, something's up. And then I got home last night, man. I took some medicine, I took some ibuprofen, and I just went right to bed. Then I started sleeping more, which I know that's how I definitely know I'm always something's wrong.
But that's what you need. That's how you can recover, man.
Yeah. So then I woke up today. I woke up fine, right? I still took the ibuprofen, still did everything. I was lasting me throughout the day. And then right when I got done teaching the karate school, I felt like my body started to hurt. And then that's when you guys texted me and I said, I'm going to try and push through on this one, but good Lord. And I took some medicine. It's going to take a little bit to kick in, but I could feel it, And this is how I know. It was going to hit me real hard. Thank God I took some medicine. My cheekbones and my face started to hurt from fighting so much. Like I could feel like the bruising, like I could feel it. So I was like, nah, man, this is unbearable. Like, it sucks.
You
I'll
know
tell
what, you Angel, you can't really, you don't really know how you even got sick because
I
you've been
don't.
on a plane, you've
I
been in
don't.
another country, you've been in schools with kids. He can't pinpoint it down
No,
to,
I
you
don't.
know,
I
and
don't.
also karate, you know, teaching your
all
students.
the
Like,
above. You just
Yeah,
at that point you D all the above.
and then the worst part is like, bro, my fiance, she looks at me, or I'm talking to her, and I'm telling her, I'm like, oh, I don't feel good, like, oh, I feel terrible, and she's just like, didn't you just get over being sick? I said, stop. We know I get sick every 2 weeks. Like, there's no point in us even talking about this anymore. Like,
Angel,
until the day I stop teaching, I get sick every 2 weeks. Like, that's it.
Angel, you just said something, but you didn't make the announcement on our show.
Oh, hey, everybody, I'm engaged. What's up, baby? Listen, for all the females out there, y'all can't be talking to me no more, girl. Like, I'm telling you, I'm a man. I'm gonna take it in.
Listen to this
But
kid.
yeah, nah,
Listen to
man. For
him.
everyone out there, when Gene's saying I've been on planes and everything.
I didn't even catch that, Angel
Yeah,
or Gene.
I actually, you know what's funny though, Gene? I thought I've been said it, so that's how you know I'm all out of it. So
You told us right
after the
after
show,
the show 2 weeks
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know, so
But
so
yeah,
we
for
knew.
everybody, yeah, so we got engaged 2 weeks ago. October 12th was when I proposed. So, we got engaged. Yeah, it's been. I'm gonna tell you right now, Gene, bro. I know you warned me. I gotta start listening to you, bro.
Everybody needs to start listening to me.
I'm at
I know
Chick-fil-A.
Melissa's gonna hear this and understand what I
About
mean.
what? About what? What did you
Bro,
warn him
I'm
about?
at Chick-fil-A. Last week, and she was like, I went to go watch some MMA fights. So then I'm driving back. I was hungry. I said, I think let's stop at Chick-fil-A. She's like, FaceTime me when you get there. We can just sit down and just talk. I said, all right, cool, no problem. I never have a problem doing that, right? We're sitting there, and she goes, so can we talk? And I was like, I mean, yeah, like might as well. And she goes, so I got these swatches. Okay, now what do you think about these colors? Did you get the
Oh.
message I sent? Did you get the message I sent you? I'm gonna send you a message in the venue. What do you think? And I'm sitting there, Gene. I literally went like this, and I just stopped, and I go, "Come on, girl." And she's just like, like, listen, this is the only thing that's keeping me peace while I'm in school. So you gotta like listen. And I was like, oh, God. And in my mind, I thought all I heard was Gene say, don't plan the wedding, because that's when it gets crazy. Don't start planning the wedding. So we're sitting there. She shows me everything, shows me these colors. This is how you know I wasn't listening. I said, well, what's that? She goes, that's dust blue. I said, well, what's that one? She says, that's moody blue.
I'm not playing those games.
Then she goes,
I am not doing
then she goes, I go, well, what's that one? She goes, this is fluorescent blue. I said, those ain't blue. My blue is like blue. Like, that's it. I was like, so then I told her, I said, those colors look like crap, bro. Like, I'm not wearing that shit.
Oh.
I said that.
You
that,
can't
right?
say
Okay.
anything.
Wait. Now, this is
No.
where I messed up. Now, I said that. She got quiet. She goes, well, what blues do you want? She goes, I thought you said I could pick everything. I said, yeah, but pick, like, some nice blue. Like, don't be picking those types of blues. Okay, fine. I said that. I get home. She's on the phone with my mother. Okay, now I go in and say hi to my mom. She's on the phone with my mother. And they're talking about the wedding. And I go, why don't you show her the swatches, right? She shows her, and she goes, and these are the ones that I was going to pick for my dress, but someone says that they look like crap. And I was like, and I sat there, I said, I thought those were from my suit. She goes, no, they're from my dress. See, you don't listen. And I was like, and I literally sat there, and that was all I said. I said, oh, well, then go pick whatever blues you want. I don't care. Like, I don't care. So then she sent me a blue that was called ice blue. I said, girl, that ain't ice blue. That's Detroit Pent blue. She goes, what do you mean? I said, girl, that's Detroit Pent blue. I'm going to wear that blue. I'll come in with a mink coat and a hat, baby girl. That's what I'm coming in with. But, yo, man, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, she's probably going to hear this. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble, but it's fun because I'm sick, so I have an excuse. I'm delirious right now, okay? When she came out and she said, so have you looked at the venues? I woke up the other day, Gene. She said, good morning, babe. Next thing I got a venue. She goes, have you looked at it yet? I said, I'm at work, man. Like, I was like, narrow it down to the top 3, and then we can figure it out. Like, come on.
So there's a couple things in here, and I know Joe got something to say, but I just realized something, Joe. I don't know if you remember this show, but in the early 2000s, there was a show, and Fist Kicks and Flicks is turning into that show. It was called For Your Love, right?
It was on MTV.
You remember that show, For Your Love? It wasn't a reality show. It was a TV show. It was a sitcom, right? and it was a married white couple that had been together for years, and then living next. I think they were next door to them was a newlywed couple, which were older black couple that were just freshly new. And then you had a younger black couple that were either dating or just engaged. And this show, Fist Kicks and
Bro.
Flicks, has just turned into that.
Let me tell you something.
Yep.
Bro. When I sat there, she goes, so let's talk about SWAT. I literally was like, I shouldn't listen to this man.
You know,
to this man.
Now Joe's about to give you some experience advice. I don't have the experience yet, and I'm gonna give you some advice. Number one thing that you have to do, from my opinion, you at this point in time, you have to just sit there and I'll make it easy on yourself. Just shut the fuck up. Don't just shut the fuck up and just listen.
No, you can't. You can't, because this is what happened.
No, he can.
No,
He has to be
you can't,
strategic and
because they
smart
want
about
your
how he does it.
opinion.
Oh,
They want your opinion.
That's still, but
they don't want your opinion.
But
They want it, but they don't.
Exactly. That's part of the shut the fuck up. So
Yeah.
he just has to sit there and listen, right? And pretend to really be paying attention, right? You just need to hear the first word and the last word, and you can piece everything together.
Let me tell you something. She was talking, and I said, I'm doing something. And she goes, did you hear me? I said, yeah, that's crazy. And she goes, Angel, don't you start. I said,
no.
I was like,
You have to pick, Angel, you have to pick your battles when it comes, right? You can't care about the colors. You can't. I mean, you can have your opinions and be like, okay, if she gives you a bunch of colors and asks you to pick, you can't just look at one. You have to see the whole collection first, right? And out of looking at that collection, you gotta pick one. You have to. It don't matter if you like it or not. Just pick the best that you see from what she's showing you, right? And then just leave it alone, right?
They ain't gonna pick it anyway.
Right, exactly.
They don't pick what we pick.
Exactly. It don't matter. It don't really matter. So you can't get invested in that. Now, what you can get invested in is when it's time for you to pick your suit, your tux, whatever you're wearing, your shoes, what your guys are wearing. That's what you get invested in. And but as far as don't care about no flowers. You're not gonna even. I don't even remember what the flowers looked like at my wedding. So don't get into that. Don't you setting yourself up for that. Just
she asked me,
you gotta listen, you gotta look, you gotta nod, but don't.
She said you want to do a garden because the flowers would be there and this and that. I said, I got allergies, girl. You're gonna kill me. I can't do that. I got allergies. I said, you know how much Zyrtec I would need just to get through the wedding? I was like, my eyes will be watery.
You better take it. You better take it.
Crying. Oh, and then the best thing was, I was telling her, she was like, so did Gene? She asked, she said, did Gene cry at his wedding? And I was like,
hold on, I can answer that.
I was like, no, he didn't, but he was about to. Guess what she said? She goes, if I don't see tears, I'm walking back. So you better show me some tears. I said, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Like, now here's the thing.
You don't know how you'll act.
Hold on.
You don't know how you'll act.
Hold on. I actually no. This is the reason I'm saying this. I never talked about the proposal. I'm just gonna do it real quick. Proposal. I almost was late to my own proposal. Okay, I was almost late to my own proposal. Not because of me though, because of her dad. But I was almost late to my own proposal. Thank God for my sister. For my sister and her sister, because they literally did everything and they just told me go take a shower. So I just did that, right? I was late to my own proposal, okay? Crazy thing. I'm gonna say it quick. I didn't text her all day and I showed off my location because she didn't know I was coming. So I was going to surprise her. When I picked her up, she almost punched me in the damn face. She said, what have you been doing? That you showed off the location that you were doing all this, right? This almost backfired, right? Okay, cool. Then we were about to go up the steps. I said, hey, we got a little problem. I just need you to close your eyes. She goes, why am I closing my eyes? I said, well, just close your eyes because I want you to see the problem. Because give me a second to just ease you into it. She goes, I'm walking in with my eyes open. I was about to be like, bro, it's a proposal. Just close your eyes. Please. Like, don't even do all this. Okay? So now she's like, fine, I'll close them. Now I'm trying to drag her. She walking with cement feet. And I'm like, damn, girl, come on, man. You gonna ruin this. Cool. Then she sees it. She got all like, oh, now she's about to start crying. I'm in the middle of talking. I never even practiced what I was going to say. So I'm just going off my head. Let me tell you something. She goes, oh my God. In the middle of me talking, I said, don't you fucking cry. I said, don't you fucking cry. And then I kept going because I said, you ain't going to make me cry. Don't you cry. Don't do all that. So now that's why she said, "Did Jean cry at his wedding?" She goes, "When I have the wedding, if you don't see tears, I'm walking back and I'm doing it again." And I was like, "Okay."
Melissa's whole thing was to try to make me cry, though, right? And I didn't.
Then I'm not doing it.
I didn't plan on crying. I didn't plan on not crying. I was just like, whatever. It's an emotional day. You're excited, you're nervous, and everything is going on. Now, what I wasn't expecting her to sing down the aisle.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that at all. So she almost got me, coming out like that, because I know her, and that's not anything that I know she would do.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
meanwhile, I almost passed out, and that's not me. Like, I never have been in such a. I've done public speaking, karate. I've never been that nervous. I almost passed out. I couldn't tell you why.
Oh wow!
I barely got through it. Yeah. So you don't know how you're gonna react. You're just gonna react, man.
What I will say is, I did tell her. I said, if you ever tell me that we're having a baby, I'll probably pass out at first. She literally goes. She goes. But why? Like, don't you want that? I said, this is what I said to her. It's gonna sound bad. I said, it's just our innate nature that's our first response. To be like, what? And then just go out. And then I'll come back. I told her, when I come back, I'll be happy. But just let me do the pass out thing first.
How are you getting married? You say whatever you want. That's gonna stop soon. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You ain't lying.
How do you just say whatever the hell you want?
Listen. Hey, listen.
Yeah, you gonna have to watch that, man.
Listen. The other day, no, because I told her, I said, because I'm gonna be honest with you. You want to know what it is? I want to have a kid, right? But the thought of me having a kid is crazy to me, because half the time, it's like how we are. Half the time, we still kids with ourselves. We still, we just testing stuff out with them. So
yeah, Joe. What I'm fully expecting now after tonight, I'm fully expecting one day, maybe 5-10 years from now, I'm gonna be here in my office, probably drawing or something like that. It's gonna be a knock at the door. It's gonna be Angel. He's gonna come he's gonna drive to Detroit. But like, I'm gonna open the door. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? Oh man, I just need to get away for a minute. I need to get away. I told her I was going to the store and I came to Detroit, man.
That's a long way to drive.
That's a 24-hour store run. Goddamn.
Right. I'm like,
oh Lord.
Yeah, man. I'm about to go back though. I'm about to go back tonight though. But I just needed to get away for a little bit.
Listen, man. But yeah, so
I'm like, all right, man. Here you go. Here's something. Here's a little beverage. Relax a little bit.
She's been talking about she's been talking about the all that stuff at the wedding. She wanted to go to Chicago. She's upset she can't go because all the wives are going. This is what she said. She goes, well, I'm a part of that now. I said,
yeah.
I told her, baby girl, if you want to go, we'll make it work. You just can't go because of school. But if you can, you just let me know. We'll find a way to make it work. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, man, listen, of all the things, man, like I said, I think everything's just been hitting me. So now the other thing I told her was, I said, girl, I was like, we locked in now. I was like, so if I'm dying, you better save me, because there ain't no questions about it now. You guys, and this is what I told her. I said, you better not think about it. I didn't sign no beneficiary forms yet, so don't play games. I didn't sign no beneficiary forms yet, so you better do it. But yeah, man, that's been everything. Like I said, man, outside that, my week, everything, I'm just so focused on running 2 schools and my work. Like I'm training. The only upside I got, man, is I'm really big. I'm doing a lot of full contact. I'm doing a lot of MMA right now. Probably gonna have a fight coming up, hopefully sometime in the next year. So that's gonna be a big thing.
You see what I'm saying, Joe? You see what I'm saying? Now let a kid come in. Let that kid come in. Angel's gonna have so much on his plate, and he gonna be like, I ain't even this damn hungry. No, I gotta get out for a minute.
Listen, let me tell you something. The one thing I will say though, I don't know about for you guys, and this is like my own personal thing, man, is I will say something, bro. My birthday, when it was my birthday, it's been, and maybe you guys can help me with this with experience. I actually didn't celebrate my birthday this year, and I actually haven't even really been wanting to talk about my birthday. I'm starting to get to this point where like I don't really want to say my age now, right? And not because I don't want people to call me old. It's actually because I know that the time is coming soon where I gotta stop fighting. And that's been something that's like been.
You got a long way to go.
No, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm
if
like,
you want to.
Well, that's my thing. In my mind, I'm like, I think I got 8 years. I think I got 8 good years, like 8 solid years, like going till 35. I think I got 8 years, and that's what I was telling myself.
You can
That's
go past that.
reasonable. You can, yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely.
I can.
I mean, when you said it, you sit there and look at B Frost, Bernard Frost. Bernard is
So,
is in his 60s and still
no,
going.
I know, and that's the thing. B Frost is ridiculous because everyone talks about him where like no
B
one
was
wants to do
still
it.
beating up the kids at the school.
Yeah, B
Mhm.
Frost is a dog, bro. We all talk about it. Listen, even in Virginia, where I go train, they're like, who has to match up with B Frost? Everybody's like, they don't want to fight him. Nobody want to fight B Frost. We all say that, so we all know. Nah, but it's just, I think it's just the terms of like, priorities change. By that time, when I'm getting closer to that point in my life, I'll be honest, man, I just know the type of dude I am. Once I have a kid, I really don't even want to do the fighting stuff. I don't want to do tournaments. I don't want to do none of that stuff. Like I really would find entertainment and just being there for my kid. Like I don't want to do all the extra stuff. So like, and I'm like me and my fiance have talked. We said like we literally just want to do one tournament with the kids and that's it. Like if they do a tournament, we just want to do one. And outside of that, we don't even care. Like we don't want to do nothing else after that. Like it don't make it.
But I'm gonna tell you something, Angel. The kids when they get a little bit older, they want to see you doing your thing. They want to see you in your element.
Ain't that messed up though? Ain't that messed up? Because at that point in time,
by the time I'm done and retired, you want to see me go back?
Right.
Like that's
right.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a tournament, but like my
Yeah.
kids got to see me fight. I wasn't at my best, but I mean, they got to watch me fight. They got to watch me win, and they were right there cheering for me and everything. It was cool, and
Yeah.
they'll watch me, swing a sword or break some bricks, like all the stuff that I've talked about, and then they're like, oh, how come they've seen a few videos, but they like see it like right up front.
No, I got you. And I think
then-
that's like the biggest.
yeah.
I think that's my biggest thing, man. Like in my like one of the biggest things I'm trying to collect a lot of is belts and gold medals from like the world championships and all that. Because I just like when I have my trophy room, bro. Like I really just want to have belts and gold medals. And I always said it, man. Like my whole reason for collecting all of it was just it's just gonna be like a point in time when I'm gonna go, yeah, man. Like way back in the past, like that's what Dad used to do or something, right? But yeah, I think that's just like outside of. I was talking about like the fiance stuff. That kind of locked it in more of like, life is starting to like, you start adulting and that's what happens, right? But when I hit 27, man, I started hitting. I was like, yo, like I think 35 is like when I like that's the age I want to go into where I can still be at my prime and I can still compete with the 18-year-olds. I can still do the MMA. I can still do everything I want to do. 35 was like that number, that sweet spot. But I also, like you guys have all done it, so I don't know what you guys either.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, birthdays when you're a dad, they become less about you and more about like the family.
Yeah.
My kids now, like my birthday, I don't worry about getting older. It doesn't bother me. But I don't look to be like, do you want to go out to dinner, or do you want to do this, or do we have to go see a show? I know like a lot of people like that. For me, my favorite part of my birthday is my kids literally get up, they make me breakfast. If it's the weekend, they make me cards. They want to take me to the store and go buy me random BS that I like, at the anime store or the Michigan store or something. That's what they want to do. And then we'll probably go out to dinner and have cake and ice cream or something at my mom's. And that's perfect for me. I don't need much more than that at this point. Just around with my family, and having a good time. And it just becomes more about the family and less about me, myself for my birthday, because what do I care? 43, 44, 45. At this point, it's all the same.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean, no, I got you. That's how I feel about my Christmas this year. I'm like, it's like the first Nah, seriously, man. Like, everybody keeps asking me what I want for Christmas. I'm like, I don't really want nothing because I'm like, my fiance's coming
Peace
down.
and quiet.
Yeah, like listen, man, my fiance's coming down. My brother just had his new baby, so like my niece is around now. My sister's pregnant. Outside of that, like it's like for me, I'm like I just got all I want is just my family, and it's the first Christmas I think in 4 years I've spent with my family. So like I'm just excited just to be with my family, man. That's really it.
Where have you been?
So the past
everywhere, but
the past 2 years, bro, I've been in Charlotte, and then the 2 years before that, usually around Christmas time is when I do like I'll literally do like a training camp with Gina Thornton and Sean Elliott. Like I will go down there for almost 2 weeks, and I just stay there. And we're doing like 3 sessions a day, 2 sessions a day.
They not spending Christmas with their families, or you going over to their family's house or
Like
something?
they just take me because they're just like because they just know like I want it that bad enough. You know what I mean? They're like, bro, like you want it that bad enough, we're just gonna take you. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I talked a lot. My bad, guys. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Gene. Like,
It's all good, man. Hey, I can go quick, okay? Because mine don't really change, but
it's the same thing every week.
Friday was the last marching band, so all we got is the banquet left, and we're done with that. This weekend, starting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, is the play. So I mean, we're winding down, but then next week, the following week, well, work is good. Get this, man, work. So we're down to the wire for this political mail, and we got these high end, probably not like senators or anybody like that, but basically representatives of both sides coming through the building. So all my supervisors are freaking out. They're working 6-7 days a week. And you know what they did to us? First time they ever did this. They shut the Wi-Fi down. So the Wi-Fi on our phones don't work.
To make sure you guys keep working and not taking
No. So that's not the thing because they apparently people were Facebooking live when people were coming through the last time. So they're trying to avoid us like posting these people because I think we had like Gary Peters there one time. And,
you're talking about the politicians are coming through. I didn't think you were meaning
yes.
them. I thought you. Oh, I didn't.
I didn't either. But some of them do, and some of them are like represented. They want to make sure everything's getting counted. You know, 4 years ago, Trump was saying that we were hiding ballots and throwing ballots away and stuff like that.
I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about the mailers that I keep getting every fucking day.
Oh no. These are ballots. They want to make sure ballots are getting counted, getting taken care of, and that we're not, the thing that they don't understand is there's a complete process for this. Okay, the process is very, very tight, and like we have to. If I find a ballot when I'm working, I have to bring it to my supervisor, who has to bring it to their supervisor, and then that person makes sure it gets in the right place. So. And we're getting them out on time, so it's not that but like I said, they got people in there pretty much probably from now till Tuesday, making sure every ballot is being handled and counted and taken care of. So it's a little crazy over there, and it'll die down and then pick back up for Christmas. Other than that, we had the kids are getting ready for play, so they're in the home stretch. And then they'll get a couple weeks time off and then get ready for the musical. Aiden's getting ready for his musical. And then he has archery the following week. No, he has archery on the 14th. I have a class to take to finish my training. And then I start teaching on the 14th. So,
okay.
And then other than that, man, go Lions and go Blue. I don't care how bad our team is, as long as we don't lose to those green weenies. Little brother, Travis, go home again.
Travis had me dying with that post he put.
What? I didn't even see it. He put a post.
He put a post.
He must.
We already done cussed enough on this. He put up a post. He said
he must.
He said fuck Michigan.
He must have did that in his stories.
Before or after the game.
He had to do it in the stories.
He did. It was
okay. Because then if you don't click on his stories, you're not going to see it, and then it's going to be over soon.
He was like, "Fuck Michigan." Yeah. I think he said, "Fuck Michigan, go green" or some shit like that.
Oh, the funny thing is, in the past about 3 or 4 years, everybody used to get real hype before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're waiting. Now they're waiting to see what happens, and then they don't post when nothing happens.
But once again, like I have not. I've gone through my whole timeline. It's just quiet, because once again, Michigan does not post when they beat Michigan State. It's Michigan State that has a damn near a parade online when they win. I get all these random text messages from all these State fans. I even got a call one time. I answered the phone and I just got yelling on the other end, screaming, "Yay! Go green and white." And I'm like, what? Come on now, So
that'll keep them going for the whole year.
Quiet. I know it's been
Mhm.
quiet, these last 3 years. So let's see how long we can keep it going.
And I know we're probably not going to beat Ohio State, but I would love it if we
No,
did.
I doubt if we beat Ohio State. I doubt if we beat Oregon. I doubt if we
Oh, I
beat
know we're not
Indiana.
going to beat Oregon.
We probably got one more win, and that's against Northwest, and that be about it for this year. Because I just can't see Michigan beating any of those other teams. But it'll be so sweet if they did beat Ohio State, because Ohio State think they got it in the bag. And I really wish somebody would investigate them, because it doesn't make any sense that every year, for at least since 2006 or 7, or even before, they have always been up at the top all of this time,
Even
and
with one loss, how are they still number 4?
yeah,
How are
we
they
don't,
still number
yeah,
4 with one loss?
that's not shady. Nobody's looking into them to find out how they're consistently, after all these years, they're always still up the top for at least 18 years or so. You know, it is what it is, though.
Let's see what happens when Penn State beats them. I think that's all I got, man. Yeah, I'm
Well,
good.
as far as me, it was a cool weekend, man. We went to the cider mill, got some cider and donuts. Me and Melissa and her cousin fiance. Then we went out to dinner Saturday, and we had a good time. Just pretty much just hanging out. I was not home to watch the game, but they had it at the restaurant we went to. They had the game on the restaurant. So I was looking at it, and then I'm with everybody is supporting State except for me. Melissa likes State for whatever reason. Her cousin is a State fan, but she said that she's technically a Michigan fan, but her fiance is a State fan. As a matter of fact, he's one of my new boxing coaches, Coach Ty. He's a State fan, so she's wearing green. So I really don't care, man. The rivalry doesn't really get to me anymore. Listening to 97.1, they were pretty much quiet now. Also, they couldn't come up with too many excuses. But Joe, I did not know that I didn't know it was a fight after. I found out about the fight yesterday. I
There's
didn't even
always a
know it was
fight
a fight.
afterwards because they're all a bunch of little bitches over there. And you know what? That's the thing. You throw the book at us. You throw the
Yep.
book at us for doing something every team does. But
Yep.
yet the last 3 years, these fools get so mad at us that they got to fight us all the time. Why aren't we reprimanding them? You only reprimand their player for one game. You should reprimand the whole team. You may throw the book at us, and we still beat everybody. And you gonna just let them keep fighting? Give me a break.
Can I just say,
Screw the Big Ten.
Since we're just talking about sports teams really quick, I am dying over here with this Yankee shit, bro.
So they're down 3-0. Are they playing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, and they're down 2-0 right now. I cannot deal with this, bro.
Are you're a Yankee fan, aren't you?
Yeah, so like the quick way for me to describe it is depending on where you are in Connecticut really dictates what fan you are. So where I'm at, I live in the southern part of Connecticut. So if you cut like Connecticut like diagonally, the southern part, we are heavy on a New York influence. So all we do is we love the Knicks, we like the Yankees and the Giants mostly, right? Some people like the Jets, whatever. But those are our 3 teams. Like I'm a diehard New York fan. I love the Knicks. Y'all see me post about them all the time. I love the Yankees. Boom. If you're like upper part of Connecticut, you love the Boston Celtics, the Boston Red Sox, and the Patriots. It's like a weird, like Connecticut's like literally the middle ground state, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a huge New York fan. I was always in the Bronx growing up. Like I got that Bronx in me. My karate school was in the Bronx, like where I used to train at. So I'm from like New York is in my blood, bro. I can't, bro. Like I'm watching this and I'm like, y'all not even trying to win. Like at this point, like y'all not even trying to win. Like literally not even. Listen, I saw a thing on Sports Center before we got on. A fan tried to rip the ball out of the glove of Mookie Betts, and Mookie Betts still caught it, made out and started talking crap to the fan. I was like, why is that fan playing harder than the players on the field? Like, what's going on? It's just driving me nuts, man. I was like, come on, bro. We haven't been to a World Series since 2009. And this is what we gonna do? Like, at least win one game. You know what I mean? Like, win one game. Like win one game. Gentlemen sweep us.
That's the worst. That's the worst, man. When you get to a finals in the championship, any type, and you don't win a game in the series.
Not even one.
That's a horrible feeling.
Like, you know what, man? This is the thing, right? I wanted it to be Mets versus Yankees because the Mets were in the
Yeah.
championship series also.
Yeah.
I feel like the Mets can talk crap. They at least won 2 games. We can't win not even one. Like come on, bro. Like this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. So I'm just,
That's nuts.
it's just sad. But that was my only thing I wanted to say. That was my last thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me, Angel. Yeah, as far as the wedding planning go, man, you're gonna have to number one, you got to control your temper because there are gonna be times where you guys are gonna butt heads all the time. She is going to be more stressed than you.
I can see
There's
it.
nothing there's nothing you can do. No, this is just the beginning. You're at the doorstep. There's going to, you have no idea what's coming down the line.
Well, you're making this sound like I should have really thought about this decision twice. God.
Nah,
it's
you
almost
fine.
like I almost think like men probably should go through like a mock engagement. Like we should take that class in high school or college or something to prepare
like
us
SAT
for
prep
this.
class. I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You know, and it's pretty
Good
much
luck. Then nobody would get married. You can't prep for that. You just got to do it, man. You just got to do it.
Joe, you just got to rip it off. Just go right through it.
Yo,
Just deal with it.
Seriously. I tell everybody all the time, I love my wife and I got a good one, right? And I'm good being married, but marriage is a contact sport, man. Like this is nothing. I'm honestly, sparring has prepared us more than anybody probably for marriage.
Yeah, so
I don't be dodging like real punches, but metaphorically, I'll be ducking and weaving all day.
I got you. But yeah, you're gonna have to show a lot of patience, Angel, and just be very, very supportive. And as far as the week of the wedding, man, you just got to be her biggest support system because she's gonna be stressed out to the max on that day. Well, hopefully on that day you can keep limited contact because like I didn't see Melissa, but before the wedding, like I stayed away. I stayed in my room, stayed away, had lunch by myself and just had some me time.
Bro, she said if you show up late, don't even bother even showing up anymore. If you ain't ready on time, don't even bother showing up. Because she said, if you late to your proposal, what do you think's happening with the wedding? I said, I'll be on time, I promise. She said, don't even show up. I was like, okay, all right.
But you'll be all right. You got a whole team
as the
helping
weeks
you
go
out.
on, man. As the weeks go on, man. Me and Joe gonna have more for you. So
yeah,
let's jump into the series though, because man, we 37 minutes.
I know, my bad.
into the show. So
listen,
Warrior,
we're starting with episode
7, 8, 9. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, so last time we had the Hopway. They were, basically the leader and the wife, Hassan's sister, they're hiding out because they know Father June and crew are coming for them. Now, Father June gives the order to take out both Long Z and the wife. And she's trying to tell him, like, this is temporary. He's talking about, I'm old. How can they disrespect me? But this all was put in motion by her, more or less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, there's a bigger plan.
Yeah, she's guiding it.
That's going on here, especially because she also brought in the Feng Hai, and the Feng Hai are really the ones who went after Father June, but they made it look like it was a Long Z and starting this war. And everything has, been constructed this way. So we got that going on. And then we see there's a lot going on in this episode where we see a toy. She's looking for new talent for the brothel. And
so that's weird what's going on with her because she's going around killing people.
Yes.
I don't understand that. Why is she doing that?
So she has this idea of she's gonna be judge, jury, and executioner. If she feels like somebody wronged her or wronged some of her people, she's going to go after them. Or
Oh, that's what's
as we
going on.
find out, as we find out in this episode, if you mess with her business, she's also going to come after you. Because another character that we get introduced to is a lawyer that she's been working with, a white guy, a duck, so to say, that's been buying up land for her. And they're quote unquote partners, but really, she's paying him to be her. All this land and all these these things that she can't buy, because she has no rights, she's using him for. So he comes to her and basically says, well, someone at the bank has figured out that she's the one that he's working with, and that it's all her money. So he basically looks to extort that situation. So, at the same time, we got the mayor and his wife are, still kind of on opposite ends of things. And her dad sits down and basically tells her, I need this contract, and your husband's kind of being a stick in the mud about it. And what he really wants, what he really wants, but she's not, giving it up. And so he basically tells her, like, which she's like, I've already married the fool, now you're just telling me to be, his little whatever, and she's not happy. So, but I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I was surprised about that also, because she's with him, but she doesn't want to be with him.
She only did it to save her dad. She said that already. She said that.
It kind of reminds me of like an arranged marriage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but she did arrange it, but she arranged it to keep her dad's business afloat.
Right.
And now this guy's not getting what he originally wanted, so he's kind of like, I'm going to take it out on your dad. And the dad's like, basically, this is what I don't understand. Like, how did he make his money before, and now one project that he's not, getting, and he's talking about bankruptcy?
Bro, not everyone takes care of their money like that. Not everybody takes care of their money.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you had all this money. Your daughter married the mayor to save your business, so business is good. But then this one big project that you're trying to get and you need the mayor's help with, if you don't get it, you're bankrupt. Well, did you throw all your money into this one project?
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The return would be that big.
He could have used a lot of capital to fund it. So,
anyhow, going back to Atoy. So Atoy is buying new girls to come in, and for whatever reason, she said she made it sound like she didn't quite find what she was looking for. So the guy supposedly was saving a girl that he said hadn't been, quote unquote, broken in yet. And Atoy takes her under her wing, and basically, I guess, like if we were back in like medieval times, she makes her kind of like the lady in waiting, I guess, keep her pure, kind of take her under her wing, teach her her ways. I don't know if she's like grooming her to take over, or, I mean, I know exactly what she does with her, but
those are all the things I was thinking, Joe, because I don't know what happens, and I'm a little confused about what the heck's going on. I was thinking like maybe that's her little sister or something, because the guy had mentioned that she came from a particular village.
She knew the village.
Yeah, she knew the village. So,
I think she saw herself in the girl, because what she is eventually going to do, you can kind of see towards the end of the episode. She's got a sword in her hand, and she's basically wants to learn what Atoy knows about fighting. So, but I can't remember how far down, if that happens, how far it goes. But she's right now, she's just a scared little girl, and I think the Atoy kind of wants to make her stand on her own 2 feet. What else do we got? They're still talking about all the crime in Chinatown. Bill's still complaining about, his role and how he'd like to get out of Chinatown. He also still has
he's
money
stuck.
problems.
He's stuck. He's
Yeah,
stuck.
he
in
basically
Chinatown.
says if I do good, you're going to keep me here. If I do bad, you're going to keep me here. So what the hell?
Yeah. And it's not like he could quit and find another job because there's a whole bunch of guys who are out of work. So he is literally stuck. And he has a lot of kids and a wife and a debt.
He's got all kinds of stuff going on. This crazy part is when so Assam finds out about the hit on his sister and Longzi. He immediately goes to a toy to find out where they could be hiding to stop the assassination.
Mm-hmm.
Which he's very lucky they only sent the one guy, Bolo.
Yeah.
Because I thought for sure they'd be sending like a whole team.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to keep it quiet. But he's starting to get a little sloppy, and I would think that people are going to start putting 2 and 2 together. That's what I was thinking at that time.
Well, I mean, if Bolo would have got out of there, because Assam does stop the assassination, and if Bolo would have, if he wouldn't, well, his sister ended up killing Bolo, but Assam helped her do that and saved her.
Right.
I mean, if Bolo got away and went back and told anybody, like, Assam's dead.
Yeah.
I don't care how good of a fighter he is. He's not going to fight the whole Long Z.
No. Or Hopway.
Oh yeah, Hopway. You know what? I never really paid attention. The Long Z are dressed in their hometown gear, like like a kung fu outfit with the what do they call the ponytails?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Like, what is up with that hairstyle? The front of your head is shaved, and you just got just the back, and it's
called something. They said what it was called a couple times, and I just forget it.
Okay,
but I mean, it's in it's in a couple other movies. It's a traditional, it's a traditional thing, over there, and it's like it's an honorable thing. So the longer the, I'm just gonna have to look it up, but anyhow. It's an honorable thing, but it's funny to me because like the Long Z, they honor that tradition. Meanwhile, you go over to the Hopway and they're dressed more like gangsters.
Yes.
They're Hatchet Gang. They're black suit, short, maybe a buzz cut or like a messy haircut, but nothing, they don't have the ponytails. And so I never really paid attention to that. And then the other thing, the Feng Hai, they have their own thing where their faces are like tattooed and painted, and so everybody has their own like thing. And I'm interested in some of the history of like who decided like how they chose how they wanted to be. Now, the other crazy thing about this fight, so Assam lets her kill Bolo, and then she takes Bolo's knife and goes in and she kills Long Z. And he even tells her, like, I'm not going to make it out of this alive, am I? But he says he's happy that it's her. And he's basically like, he's okay passing the torch on to her. And he says, they don't know who you are, but they're going to find out, aren't they? And she's like, yeah, they're going to find out. So he doesn't know her full story. So that to me was very significant. And then she goes back to Hong, her boyfriend, the main fighter for the Long Z, and tells him everything. And I mean, it's their time now. And they have a meeting about it. And during the meeting, she tells this story. The episode's called The Tiger and the Fox. And she tells the story about the tiger asking the fox, like, why he's not scared of the tiger. And he says, oh, well, everybody fears me just like they fear you. He goes, yeah, go ahead and follow me. Like, I'll show you. But not realizing, the tiger's not realizing the fox is not being feared. It's the tiger following him that everyone fears. So she refers to her own group in that way, where Long Z at one point was a tiger, and all these foxes are starting to think they're tigers, and how she's going to have to show them, she's the tiger and they're all still foxes. And there is a gentleman that basically kind of steps up trying to say, like, why do we have to follow this woman? Why do we want to do this? And, everybody, this part was crazy to me because we all knew what she was going to do.
Yeah.
She
Now,
knew
this
there was
part
going to
happened
be
in
someone.
episode 9.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, this happened at episode 9. When they're at the
I thought
round
it had-
table, when they're at the table, and she shoots him
Oh, I
in the
thought
head.
Yeah, I thought it was at the end of this one.
No, it's at the end. It's in 9 because I just watched.
Oh,
9
you're right,
before.
because they still have to have the war. Okay,
Yeah.
so the other significant part in this episode, we learn about Lee.
Yeah.
There's a bounty hunter shows up for Lee, and
Now that was weird. That was weird.
No, so they found Lee's talked about Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you when we saw the girl in the bed,
Mm-hmm.
like he had a vision of a girl in a bed, a black girl.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a slave woman that he was in love with. They thought they were keeping it a secret. His 2 cousins found out about it, and they killed her in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So he shot the one cousin, and then he took the sickle that they killed his lover with, and killed him, and then he got out of town. So when the bounty hunter came looking for him, the bounty hunter talked to Bill, and he basically told Bill, it's $1,000 reward, I'll split it with you. Bill needs money. We probably assume Bill's gonna take this money, but Bill, he turns it on his head. He sticks up for his guy, kicks crap out of the guy, and sends him packing.
That's what I was talking about, Joe. That part to me is crazy because, like you said, Bill does need money. So I definitely thought that he was going to, be on his side to help get the reward. That's number one. Number two, there's no social media at this time. This is the 1800s. There's no social media. Hell, there's no telephones. How in the hell did they find him all the way in San Francisco from Georgia? Like, what the hell?
That guy said that's his job. He's a bounty. He's basically a bounty hunter. He
but
didn't say that.
Some real detective work
He
for
did
that,
say that, but I mean, he should have still been in Georgia walking around looking like he just knew where to go to San Francisco. Like, Lee has no family. How did you even figure out that's where he's at? From Georgia to San Francisco. That is crazy that you stop at every other state. Please tell me at some point in time that they explain how this bounty hunter or any bounty hunters know where Lee is. Do they explain that at all?
No.
Oh, I don't like that part then. Okay, keep going.
Because he does have more people come looking for him eventually.
Oh, I figured that.
Was it this episode where this episode starts? So the last episode ended with the two, the Hopway and the Long Z fighting in the streets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was
pure chaos.
That was a war. Yeah.
Oh, there's a better one, and I think it's season 3, maybe the end of season 2. That's pretty good too. So the idea is that
okay, Angel.
All right. I'll see
later,
you guys.
bro.
All right, man.
Yep.
All right.
Feel better.
Thanks, bro.
The idea is that the Hopway have the better fighters, but the Long Z have more fighters because they got the Feng Hai with them. And the problem is the Hopway don't want to lose any more fighters, and the Long Z want a piece of the opium business. So they set up a sit down through Chow to work things out. And the idea that everyone comes up with is to settle things the way they would in China.
So who was this guy that came and tried to mediate this? They had like a mediator.
I don't know. That's a good question.
He came from somewhere, and everybody knew him and respected him. Like even even the masters from East Tong, they showed this guy like respect because they're listening to him. They came to the sit down.
He must be someone really high up. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't catch that, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
But
they end up setting up the fight.
they they set up a fight, and it's basically your best guy versus my best guy, winner, and then they
Right.
set terms for the win. And I guess the terms were, if the Hopway win, you know, the truce stays in place. The truce that Long Z broke, but it was really my Ling that broke it, not the Long Z. But like I said, you got to do what you can. And then if the Long Z win, they get a piece of the opium business that the
Yeah.
Hopway have basically owned.
Now there's a lot going on in this episode too, because we can't forget about your boy Leary. He's an interesting character, and I like the fact that they're keeping him and Assam away from each other this whole series. Like they
Oh,
have
no,
not.
they'll get into it eventually.
I figured they would, but as far as story writing goes, this is like wrestling in the '80s. Like Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan never came together
Yeah,
until later.
yeah.
In the '90s. You know.
Well, the thing is, he's all about the white power and
Hmm.
Irish labor over Chinese labor, and like he's not afraid to really get his feet wet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
and he ramps it up. Because they keep pushing it, especially with that Bartley or whatever his name is. He's the one that really keeps messing things up. And um so of course we already know what's going to happen. It's going to be Hong for the Long Z, and even though Father June doesn't believe young June, he sends like 7 of his own guys to take on Assam in black masks. So he doesn't know that it's his own people, to prove that Assam should be the one to fight for them. And Assam, of course, has no problem, because I think he thinks that if he can take out his sister's boyfriend, that maybe, she'll understand that, he's here for her, and maybe she'll run away with him. Or if he keeps ruining her business, like maybe she'll finally step down and they can go home. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know what his end goal is.
he doesn't understand. Like his sister is not the same person that he remembers. She's a totally different
No,
person. She's not being held captive. She wants to be here and she wants to be in this position. And he needs to, honestly, probably just go back to China.
she's been saying
She
that, but
she
he's not going
yeah,
to listen.
she keeps telling them that. But what would you do?
Oh, if I was in Assange's place, frankly, I'll pick her ass up and put her on the boat and let's go.
See, we're different. We're different. I've been like, fuck it, I'm out.
Peace out.
Shit, I'm not.
Peace
I'm
out.
out. I'm not about to keep on doing this shit. Like, honestly, like, do you really think he will be able to keep her in China? That is a change of
No, you're
mentality.
wrong. You're right.
You're
You're right.
it's easy to somebody and get on the boat and go away, but she has a different mentality now. So just because she gets back in China, she's still that same person that she was in San Francisco. She's not the sweet little girl that he remembers. She's a
True.
gangster now.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, so the person
And
that
she's
he
been
knew
doing it.
is gone.
She's been doing it for a while now, and he's just getting
Yeah,
started.
yeah,
And he don't listen to the rules anyway. So
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I don't know, man. In a real life situation, I don't think you will be able to talk somebody into coming around and doing what you need them to do. I really
true.
don't know that can happen in
No,
real
you're
life.
right. So
Uh,
a few more things here. The mayor approves after the daughter finally, gives her husband what he wants. He approves the deal for her dad, and they get underway. And then Leary, he basically strong arms her dad into hiring his people, and they make a deal, which sends Buckley. For whatever reason, Buckley is still pushing for Chinese labor. So he goes and tells them there's another bid that we have to consider now, and they're coming in 15% less than you. And this is all he makes this all up.
Yep.
So now her father is stuck. He can't go against Leary, but he can't lose this bid to someone else.
If I was him, I would tell Leary what this guy just did and sick Leary on him. That's what I would do.
That's not. I think I remember what he does, but yeah, no matter what he does, he's going to piss Leary off either way.
But you know something else? We forgot something else. There was a confrontation between Assam and the mayor's wife.
Oh, the problem is she waited for him the other day when he had to
save his sister.
When he was in the middle of saving his sister.
Yeah.
And so she was upset, and then it was the same day she had to go and sleep with her husband. So at that point she was like, you know what? I got to cut this off. I'm just going to be a good wife now. And
well, she drugged herself to sleep with her husband.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
The one she was using on him to not sleep with him.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's crazy. And then the end of the episode is when Atoy, so she pays the extortion fee for to the bank, but then during the deal she shows up and kills the two bankers after they sign the property over to her and takes her money back. And the lawyer's freaking out, and she's like, listen, I'm here to protect my investment and to protect my partner. So they'll find someone else now that we have this land. And they show, all that. And then they show at the end the body that she killed wash up. And they know it was killed with a sword. So now the funniest thing is they're not even thinking. They're saying it's a China man. They're not thinking it's a Chinese woman.
No,
like they're not even thinking like that this could even possibly remotely be anything other than John Chinaman.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened real quick that was significant is Assam is hearing this loudmouth in the whorehouse talking bad to one of the girls, and so he goes over and starts smacking him around and everything. And Atoy has to tell him like, hey, one, you're ruining my business. Two, you need to be training. Why are you running around picking fights with random people? Do you think Hong is sitting there doing that? No, Hong is training, man. You need to take this seriously or you're going to get your ass whooped. So then he finally does start to take his training serious. The beginning of episode 9, Jacob brings the fight card to Emily. And she, of course, she pretends like she doesn't care about Assam, but now she wants to see what's going on. Bill and Lee are walking the beat, and they're noticing like
nobody's around. Here. Nobody.
So they mosey their way into the fight, not understanding what's actually happening. Like there's a lot of they're like there's Hop Wei, there's Long Z, and Chow, of course, he has the best way of explaining. He's like, oh, these are just blowing off some steam.
Yeah,
they're
friendly.
It's been a long week. It's been a long week, just friendly competition. Now, the thing that does get me when Bill is sitting there, watching, he goes, well, I don't know what kind of boxing this is, but if they can all fight like that, we're in trouble. And he's not wrong.
Yeah.
But the problem is a lot of them can fight like that because, I mean, a lot of them, including the men and the women, can have some sort of fighting skills. So
they just want to be left alone in peace. They don't want the Irish people to bother them. They just want to be left alone in peace. And one of the women even says I think it was a toy that said there's 25,000 Chinese people in San Francisco. See, from us looking at it, it doesn't look like it's that many Chinese people around. 25,000 people is a lot of people.
No, it
And
is.
even the Chinatown that they show, it just seems like it's like one block. It has to be huge. It has to be a lot of area for all of those people to be there. And also with the different tongue groups, and then also with the Irish people that's in that area. It has to be. I want to see like what is the map that we're looking at, because just watching the show, it doesn't seem like it's that big of an area. It looks like it's just Hamtramck to me, and Hamtramck is not that big.
Big
But I
enough.
know San Francisco is a huge city.
So Assam's starting to take his training more serious, but so is Hong. And we're seeing some interesting training from him. He's doing like hot sand with his hands and lots of breathing techniques. And some of this before the fight, we're seeing Assam. I mean, during the fight, we're seeing Assam go back in his memory to when he did learn how to fight. So we're seeing Assam and Mei Ling as children. And he was basically getting in fights, losing fights, and they finally took him to see Shifu, which is basically an instructor. Must have been someone famous, because like when Assam got there, he was like in awe.
Right.
And so he learns how to fight, and he basically gets taken away from the family, which, him and his sister were kind of really close, and she was really bummed. She's like, I probably wouldn't have tried to send you here if I knew you were going to go away. But he gave her this jade necklace to kind of say, like, I'm going to come back and visit, blah, blah, blah. So I can't remember if she still has that on or not, which,
I'm quite sure she I mean, just going off of what I know
or
about
has it
movies
like
and TV
saved in
shows,
a block.
it has
Yeah,
it
they
has
show
to
that
come
for
back up at some point in
significance.
time. Yeah, exactly. It has to come back up at some point.
So I mean, basically, the rest of this is the whole fight, and it's a good fight. It's a great fight. It kind of has like a blood sport feel to it. They got the ring. They're the only fight, but it's 1-on-1. They're both pretty evenly matched with their different styles, but Assam kind of gets the upper hand with a really good solar plex punch. And the idea, I guess, is they put these two like ribbons around their waistbands, and when you win the fight, you have to grab the ribbon to say that you won, and that's how that works. And
Yeah, it looked like Osama had won. It looked like he had won, and then
but the weird thing is it that it all of a sudden he went to go grab the ribbon, and the guy got up and just like did a special breathing technique and was okay. I don't know. It was a little much for me, but whatever. All of a sudden he was brought back to life and just started taking over.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. So he loses the fight, needless to say, Assam.
Oh, he got destroyed. I've never seen anybody. I mean, I've never even seen anybody get beat that bad. Like even in Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme didn't look like he didn't look like he took the same amount of damage that Assam took. I think the only people that I've even ever seen in a movie get beat this bad is Rocky after he fought Drago and Apollo after he fought Drago. And Apollo's dead, But this was like he got beat up. Most of the time in action movies, when there's a fight scene, the hero is fighting, he's getting beat up, but he's still going. Like it's like adrenaline has kicked in and he feels no pain. Well, this is not what happened to Assam. Like his face is busted up and bruised up really, really bad, and he took a really bad beating.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty close to death here.
Yeah,
if not,
he is.
Whatever. And the part that's crazy to me, well, I mean, I'm not shocked by it, but basically, Father June, by the time when he realizes Assam's done, he gets up and leaves. And young June's like, "What are you doing?" He's gonna come back, blah blah blah. And so he's out. He's out of the gang. This gang that he was tossed into, and then he's gonna take on this big fight against a really good fighter, and basically, he should be dead. The Hong was gonna break his neck, but Bill took his gun out right before and shot up and broke up the whole thing.
Yeah, him and Lee knew that he was about to get his neck broke, so they did not want
yeah,
that to happen.
And all that. And he also, he noticed Emily there, and he kind of realized what's going on, but he's gonna keep his mouth shut. Bill's, none of his business. He's got his own problems. So he walks her home, and the next time we see Assam, he's back with the toy, and he's kind of going back through his head trying to figure out what happened. And so, I mean, long story short, she's going to try and bring him back, but I mean, she's got a long road. She's got to reset some bones. She's hitting him with some opium because he's in all kinds of pain. He's not breathing right, like his nose, and he's probably got cracked ribs, something wrong with his leg. Yeah. So she's doing her best with her new, she's doing her best with her new little partner to help take care of him. And the other thing that we know, like I said, is Leary working with Emily's father to get Irish workers going, and they're coming to an agreement. But then that's also when the other guy comes in and messes that up. So we're gonna see something about that later. I'm very sure. We see, what is the last couple of things?
Lee gets jumped.
Oh yeah,
which
and I forget why that happened. Yeah, no, there's a reason behind it.
Is it explained in this? See, I think in episode 8, I think
episode 10 it's going to be explained.
Bill and Lee were walking. I think they were walking in the what's that other Tong's name?
The Fung Hai.
Fung Hai, yeah. And then somebody do like this to Bill. Somebody did like this to Bill, and he.
Oh yeah, because they still owe the Fung Hai money. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you why this happened. This was a message to Bill, but I think it's also the Fung Hai trying to set up the Long Z to get out from under the Long Z.
Yeah, because I think that guy that did this, I think he was the one that ran at Lee, because Lee was walking, he turned around and he's tackled, and he's fighting and he's doing his best. He takes out 2 of these guys, and then another guy shows up, and he couldn't do anything with this guy.
Yeah, they had the tattoos, so they're definitely Fung Hai, and I think this is. I can't exactly remember, but I think they will kind of slow play it a little bit. But I think it's the Fung Hai basically trying to get out from under Long Z.
Okay.
And they're gonna because I don't know what that tile means, and I think that tile it means Long Z, or at least that's what they want it to think. I think that's a calling card for them, but I'm not. I kind of thought that the last episode was going to be the fight, but I think the last episode is going to be the aftermath of that, and then lead into like what's going to be happening for season 2.
Yeah, and also Assam and Young June they had a talk, and he told him that he couldn't join any other tongues. He pretty much needs to just leave at this point. He needs to just leave and go back to China. His sister doesn't want him. The gang don't want him. You just got his ass whooped. Just fade away.
You think he would? You think he would, but
I know he's not. He's our hero, so I know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but there's a lot that's going to happen in the next 2 seasons. It's real interesting, especially the way his life kind of goes for the next season until. And it's interesting to see his path back into the Tong.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, man. like I said, I like rewatching shows. I start rewatching stuff all the time, just because it's stuff, if you haven't watched it in a couple of years, and then you go back and you just stuff that you might have missed the first time around. And I love this show. Again, I'm gonna keep
I like it a lot.
hoping. I'm gonna keep hoping that someone brings it back, because like I need the closure, man. Just give me that last season. I'm telling you right now. Okay, whenever you get to season 3 and you see the end, you're gonna feel the same way.
Okay.
Like, I know Jeff's already hooked. Jeff and I have been talking about it, and like they just need to just finish it, or give me like a couple more seasons. And there's so many more they could take it to, but the way season 3 ends, like they could wrap it up in season 4 and make everybody happy. So
yeah,
we'll
man.
see.
I've been watching this other series also. Of course, I'm watching Penguin. I'm watching Agatha all along, but also I've been watching this series called Only Murders in the Building. Have you seen that yet?
That's one of my favorite shows. I just finished
man,
the last
man.
season.
I've been watching that for the last few weeks, man. It's really, really good, man. Is
Oh,
this
the group that's in it is really good.
is season 4 going to be the last season?
Oh no.
Oh,
wait until you see the way that ends. Wait until you see the way it ends. It's definitely not.
Okay, good. Okay,
And
did you watch the trailers?
They bring in 2 paths. So for Cobra Kai?
Yeah. Did you see the trailer?
Yes.
Did you see the new one that came out? There was another one that came out today.
Yes.
You saw that? Yeah, that's pretty slick,
don't
man.
Stop teasing me. Just give me the season.
Yeah, I don't think I want to watch any more teasers. It comes out in a couple weeks. I don't even want to see anything else. I just want to just get right into it.
All they do is make me. I just like want to see it. Give me it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so good. And what
is.
I don't understand is this is gonna be all Sekai Taikai, and then the end's gonna be the aftermath. I feel like the last part's not even gonna matter.
I feel like that. I think a good portion of the last, at least when it comes to Daniel.
I hope I'm wrong.
I think that the last part is going to tie into Daniel going into the movie, the Karate Kid movie, Karate Kid Legend.
It has to, But okay, but there's going to be no more action. Like there has to be some action at the last 5 episodes. So I don't know. I'm interested to see, but the Sekai Taikai looks great. The action,
and the
drama, everything looks really good.
There's another dojo from Barcelona called the Iron Dragon. And base trailer, like they giving Cobra Kai some hell, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm excited. So next week, Jeff said that he might swing by, the unofficial 5th member of Fist Kicks and Flicks, the big sushi himself, Jeff Doss. So let's see if he still slides in and join us for episode.
That'd be good. That'd be fantastic for the review. Because we only have 1 episode. We always talk a bunch at the beginning, but with a whole review of it, Jeff can really talk about it because he's been watching it recently too. So
I want to know how many people Jeff knows that's in the movie. That's what I want to know.
He was already talking about stuff that I'm like, are you freaking serious?
Yeah. So all right. Anything else, Joe?
No, I'm good, man. Go out and vote. Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's right. Next week at this time, all of that crap will be all over with, man. At least as far as the ads and all of that crap, all that stuff will finally be over with, man. And then we're gonna have to deal with the aftermath because it's gonna be some mess for probably about a month, man. It's gonna be something. No matter who wins, it's gonna be some mess. So everyone, stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you next week, and I'm going to play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.